time for faking jacks. Ain't no 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 time for faking jacks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's Rewind Gaming Exclusives Cup number 22. I'm Digital Bacon, and tonight I'm joined by Scott G. How are you doing, Scott?
I am fantastic. How are you, Bacon?
I am doing wonderful. And, I mean, buddy, the first match we've got tonight is Sharo versus Tony. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gents at home, Sharo, he is going to be looking to get through to the finals tonight. He's got a lower opponent because of course, seeding. He's got Tony, but Tony hasn't been in that many of these Rewind Gaming tournaments, so maybe you've got a little bit of a dark horse on our hands. I definitely haven't cast him before, so it'd be nice to see what he can do.
Yeah,
now,
I've never heard of him either. I'm quite excited to see if he is going to put up a fight to Sharo, or it's just going to be a walkover for Sharo to get to the finals. But I would like to see this series go on to a third game and Tony to put up a good fight here.
Yep. I'm just going to wait for the players to get on in now. They should be joining any second. And really, each match for you guys tonight is going to be stacked. We've got great players like Ike Wolf. Of course, we've got Sharo. We've got Keelan, Mask. APOC, Neon Remix, Mercy Slays, and I can even see Rocket League Patty and Gamerwood lining up in the brackets, but the players are on in. We're ready to kick it off, aren't we, Scott?
I'm very ready. I'm very excited. Let's go.
All the countdowns underway. Neon Sharo versus Tony. And Neon Sharo is going to get straight off with a kickoff goal. That's gone straight in his favour.
Wow, but it's just an all-round solid kickoff. You can tell he's experienced in ones. Most ones players tend to have a very good kickoff, and he's obviously practiced it. Nicely done. Everyone discounts kickoff goals, but when you practice a good kickoff, you can't discount a kickoff goal because they're not luck, that's skill.
Yeah, that's actually one thing as well. In the lower ranks and that, Sharo just putting away a second one. But in the lower ranks, everyone just says, kickoff goals are lucky. They don't mean anything. But at the higher level, players like Neon and Neo Sharo, I love he's changed his name. I love that. But players like Sharo, Neon Remix, Ike Wolf, all the good guys, they have practiced kickoffs day in, day out. You'll actually see it if you've looked at any of the YouTube videos and that. They'll have 1v1 practices where all they care about is just doing kickoffs. They'll start up, near enough, put it on a 20-minute timer in a private match, and just keep bashing it out in scrims and all of that. So do not discount kickoff goals.
Good save there from Tony.
Tony having to react now because, like we're saying, he's 2 down here. So got a lot to really bring him back, and he's trying that now, but can't get past Sharo.
He seems a little bit rushed there on the attack. Maybe the 2 goals scared him a little bit, and he's a little bit too eager to get another goal. But a good demo there from Sharo.
And Sharo just taking it away. Now, it was quite simple for him to do after that. He got the all-important demo, just near enough removed Tony from play, and after that, it was a walk in the park for him.
Another thing some people tend to discount is demo goals. We just talked about kickoff goals, but a lot of people just say, demo goals, they're just, there's no skill towards them. But the objective of Rocket League is to score using any of the mechanics you can use in game. And demos are 100% a mechanic you can use and lead to open goals like we just saw from Sharo. And you should use them at all costs, and you see it all the time in RLCS and all high-level gameplay in 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Neo Sharo is now sending it down pitch. Tony's on that first, so he's gone off for the boost. Doing a bit of aggression, gets it past Tony, but is on the wrong end. Keeps control now. He's trying to use that wall. Tony threading it on past. Sharo's in a dangerous position here. Tony running the whole way, and Tony has finally got himself a goal.
Looks like Tony is starting to settle down a little bit here in this game. He noticed Sharo was in a little bit of a tough spot there, not facing forward. He was never going to be able to get a good 50-50 on that challenge. So Tony spotted that instantly, turned, challenged, opened net, nearly missed it, just about tucked it into the bottom corner. And we'll take a goal here to bring it back to a 2-goal game. That's a better position for him now.
Tony winning the kickoff and actually getting very close to the goal there. Sharo is past him, and he's trying to knock him away, but he is low on boost right now. Sharo replying with a knock of his own, and he now has boost. He's got the ball up in the air. Can he drop it on down goal? He's trying his hardest, but Sharo gets it on away.
That was well played from Sharo to spot that danger there from Tony. He looked like he was most likely going to get that double touch. So for Sharo to go up there and respect his opponent's ability was the smart thing to do there, 100%.
Yep, Sharo again respecting his opponent, backing off. He knows that Tony in the flash can just pull off some stuff. That was close.
He's getting inches away now from the goal. Sharo's got to be starting to feeling a little bit shaky now. After the first 30 seconds, it looked like Sharo was going to do quite well this game, but Tony's coming back with a bite at this point.
Oh, and Sharo's just going to be able to sink.
Oh,
no! He hits the crossbar! It's out!
It. He's got to be kicking himself.
That is it. Sharo came into this. He must have been underestimating his opponent. Like you're saying, just be able to get those easy goals. But Tony is really fighting back. And here, just Tony had to come out, was waiting for the ball drop on under it, was not expecting Sharo to near enough pull it all out of the hat to be able to get up in the air and dunk it on down.
Well, that's got to ease the pain of missing that open goal there for Sharo to score quite quickly after it.
I love that. Sharo has to get the harder to get goals here, just to get ahead. Easy little open goals. Nah, he's not getting that. Look at
he doesn't score
this from Tony. He had to go out, and Sharo had such a shallow angle on that. Tony nearly getting back.
Yeah, it may have been an open goal, but that was a tight angle. I can't believe he missed the prior open goal where it was just inches away from the goal, but he managed to hit the crossbar. He'll get that really tight angle open goal just to prove that he is good. Yeah, that's a funny one.
Sherry trying to send him down. He gets it popped over Tony. Oh, that was just by the book.
Oh yeah, that's a classic ones play. Hit it to yourself. If you got no one to pass it to yourself. And it worked perfectly. Tony didn't expect it. It's a good way to catch the defender off guard because in most cases you're facing backwards to the play and defending the rest of the goal. So it does quite well to get round the opponent. And Sharo showed why it is a decent play to use, especially against slightly lower level players that don't expect it.
Sharo up in the air. He's trying to get it the whole way to the goal, but Tony intercepts, sends it off to the corner, and Sharo got caught up in the actual post there. He's got to be low on boost here. Exactly. He's on 11. Tony's trying to get past, but Sharo just stays calm, cool, and collected and hits it away.
It was actually quite a nice dribble for Tony. I like to see him utilizing drifts and dribbles. That's not something you see too much unless you look at high level 1v1s. But it creates a very snaky like dribble, and it's quite hard to predict when they're going to flick if you can control it well. And Tony seemed to be able to do that.
Oh, Tony! Oh, he's created the Brazil, and I do believe this was going out. Sharo, yeah, it looks like it was just going a little bit wide, and Tony hits it on back in. He tried. He had to go up for it. In those situations, you've got to grasp on the ball, but it just was not effective.
It was unfortunate, and as you said, you've got to go up to it, especially since you obviously have ball cam on because you're watching the offender, the attacker even. So you don't know where that ball's going to go. You just presume it's going to go into the net. So you try and make that save. Unlucky from him, and that was the Brazil.
Yeah, but Sharo quickly just, goes straight on past that. He does not care for the memes. He's all about those goals. It's getting him up, higher on the Rocket League wiki pages, just showing out his number of points, all that jazz. And yeah, Sharo is just hungry for it tonight. He really wants to put that goal up on the board.
100%. He's looking to stomp his foot in this first game, make his mark, and hopefully the rest of the games will be walking apart for him. He's wanting to start off this tournament right, and especially since he's being streamed, he wants to show everyone that's watching right now that he's in a run for this.
Tony getting another goal back, though. He's not completely out of it. He can put it past Sharo, but it's horrible to say it, but with 6 goals still separating these two, it's all Sharo's at this point. But Tony just being able now to be able to work out his opponent's sort of weaknesses and get on past that, that's what he's got to be looking at. This is a best of 3, so it's not all over yet for Tony. He's just got to work out how to get past Sharo.
Definitely. Like 2 games in a best of 3, it's a lot easier to come back from a game down, since it's only 2 games you'll need to win in a row. So to start feeling out your opponents and working out what works against them could help him in the rest of the series. But Sharo does look like a tough opponent to do that to.
Yeah, and you saw it there, just Tony trying the dribble, but left that opening for Sharo. Just, he's got everything near enough there. He just needs to put in that final turn of the screw to really tighten up this machine that is his Octane, and he's so close to it being able to just keep up with Sharo. But Sharo is a seasoned veteran at this 1v1 level, and he just knows how to play those mind games against his opponents.
Yeah, I think that's a definite correct observation there. That they both seem to have the mechanics and the arsenal of a 1v1s player. It just looks like Sharo's more polished and a bit more consistent than Tony here, and it's obvious that practice and practice and practice does pay off and helps you beat more players in tournament settings and in ranked.
Definitely. And again, you can have some players that are amazing at 3s, but just can't do the same over in 1s. And the same going the other way, 1v1 players that just can't really bring it on over into 3s. But Sharo, he's a bit of both. He uses his 1v1 skills over in 3s purely for defensive purposes. And that is the one key thing to take away from 1v1 players, is if they train right into 3s, they can be defensive powerhouses. We've seen it from players like Cooks here, where he is a god in that goal, and at the same time, he's a god at 1v1. And you can see how the mindset and the strategies pass on over.
Oh, definitely. Some people just say, "Oh, I don't like ones. I'm never going to play them. I'm just going to play 2s and 3s." But the skills that you can gain from 1v1s are essential, honestly, to be a high-level player. They're, like, if you look at the top scene, the top pro scene, even the players that say, "Oh, I hate ones," they still like force themselves to play some ones just because it really improves your overall game style and game sense when you go into 3s if you do it right.
Couldn't agree more. But we are off to the second game here. 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds in, and Tony has got the ball running. He tries to go for that demo onto Sharo. It's knocking Sharo away. Knocked him actually up into the ball here. Sharo's low on boost, but that was an easy ball there from Tony. He now has to get on back, but can't get back fast enough as Sharo pops the first goal away in 26 seconds.
Tony looked quite eager to get the first goal in this game. I can't blame him, because it would have set him up nicely for the second game here that he needs to win. But he tried the arrow shot and it didn't look like he connected well enough, and it just was easily collected from Sharo, and he could just pop that in. Tony couldn't get back in time. Well played from Sharo, but Tony needed to be a little bit more clinical with the shots, and maybe not even shoot it if he wasn't confident enough that he could get a shot. It's best to like take the ball, control it, get boost, go for a different attack than ones, especially.
Sharo there trying to play the mind games with the backflip, trying to get Tony to peel on out there. He's finally got it past. Is he going to be able to get a second touch here quick enough? He's let the ball bounce. Tony's got it on pass now. This is the run. Tony has to sink it.
Oh.
He does.
Just about. Top corner finish. I'll respect that. It was well played again from Tony just to turn really quickly and notice that, to just have the eyes to spot that Sharo did stop there. Sharo should have just kept on going back, but he thought he could turn and challenge. Well, incredibly well played from Tony to spot Sharo's car stop moving and realise, wow, I've got all the momentum since he stopped his car. I can just turn, get it over him, and then I'll have an open net, which, of course, he scored.
That is it. Tony has just got to start playing with that momentum, slowing down and then picking up the speed to get on past.
Oh.
And he's now taking the lead against Sharo. Quite an interesting change of pace for him.
This is interesting. This is the first time he's got the lead, I believe, and he might have momentum now. It was a decent shot. It wasn't a good shot, but it was a good shot in the way that it made Sharo make a bad save, which then allowed him to score off of it with an almost open net. And Tony's making waves now, getting a third goal even off the kickoff. This is a different Tony in this game. It's good to see.
Yeah, it's just, for me, Dan, that was a good kickoff for Tony. He saw how Sharo was coming and approaching the ball, learned what to do in that situation, and got a great advantage of it. Like we said, kickoff goals are fought out. You can see it here. Tony was trying to get off to the side, and Sharo was actually doing the same. Sharo's got there first, though, and is now trying to get on past. Tony getting a good block in, just gone above, and now he's got Sharo hitting again, but that was a brilliant shot from Sharo.
That was a good 50-50 there. He realised the ball dropped off his car. Best thing to go for was 50-50. And we see it was, because it nearly went in. And then we can see Sharo's clinical. He's practiced his aerial shots. If he'd just gone for a normal shot, it might have been a little bit easier to save from Tony. So to secure the shot, to secure the goal even, puts a nice aerial shot in. Really hard to save, really powerful. Sharo, that 50-50 was really good from him.
Tony getting it on past Sharo. Sharo's low on boost, but he has the control of the ball here. He's got it up on the wall. Tony underneath him. Sharo's able to get on past, and here Tony is trying to go for that demo, but cannot keep up as Sharo equalises it on out, and we're only just reaching the 2-minute mark of this match.
Oh, that has got to hurt from Tony. Look how close he was to getting that demo on Sharo. You could almost see sparks flying there. Wow, that's a kick in the teeth if I've ever seen one. For Sharo to equalise on that, with Tony being so close to demoing, has got to hurt.
Yeah, Tony has been working his little Rocket League butt off here to be able to get on ahead, and Sharo's just taking it on back. He's showing that he is the big daddy in this situation, and you've got to do better than that to get past him. As Sharo is now making his way up the field, and that's going to be a long shot, but it goes wide. Sharo there saying, okay, he knows he's made a mistake there. He's trying to keep control of the ball. He's playing around with Tony now, trying to pop it up. He's got it above the goal. Tony's getting it on out, and Sharo now has to retreat. It's a big hit.
Sharo will not be happy after that open goal miss. We saw him do it in the other game. He won't be liking doing it again. Hopefully he'll try and get that out of his head and move past it, get some more goals, and he'll forget about it in a minute, I'm sure.
Yeah, like we're saying, Sharo is a seasoned veteran at this sort of situation. He knows how to beat his opponent. Oh, that was close.
That was very close. I feel like Tony got a little bit of interference there with the shot, but Sharo's very good at just completely forgetting about that near miss and just scoring off of it anyway, which is the smartest thing to do.
That little aerial drag with 20 boosts was just so dainty, so delicate, and so perfect in that situation, just to lift the ball up and make it near impossible for Tony to get on. This is what we're talking about. He knows what to do in these situations. I mean, he's got a whole arsenal of tricks, but Tony is just capitalizing on Sharo's mistakes at the moment.
That's what Tony seems to be really good at. A lot of his goals have come from spotting Sharo stopping to challenge. And as I've mentioned before, that when you stop to challenge, you've got to know you can get that ball because it stops your momentum. And Tony's really, really good at spotting those mistaken stops and challenges from Sharo and capitalizing on them. And that's what's getting him the goals there and equalizing it. And we have a 4-4 in game 2. This is getting interesting.
Tony nearly getting that pass, but Sharo could read where that was going to. It's a big hit from Sharo. That's going the whole way. That's 5-4, near enough turning it around. But in 1v1s, this is the key point. You cannot overextend. You have to be cautious sometimes. Otherwise, that is going to happen. Sharo is just going to completely take it from one goal to the other.
Yeah, you said it. Overextension, possibly the worst thing in 1v1s. Nice kickoff there for Toby, but like what he went for, the air dribble, it was good and it was close. But close just doesn't cut it in 1v1 because you don't have a teammate to come in with a rebound or save your butt when you miss or anything like that. And it leads to an easy goal for the opponent. So in 1v1s, you've got to go for attacks that you know you can either recover from or you're good enough that you have a high chance of scoring. To be fair to Tony, he was quite close, but it's still risky in a game like this where he needs to win it to stay in this series and in this tournament.
Tony pushed it past Sharo. He's got the goal lined up. He goes wide. Now Sharo is going to be looking to get those bumps. A bit too slow now for Demo. Gets it up and over Tony. Tony bumping Sharo away. He's now going to have to go off for the boost. Sharo is lingering it in front of the goal. He's trying to go for a dangle. Can't get to it as Tony intercepts in time.
Good try there from Sharo. It was quite a recoverable position from him. Also, what a save there to pre-jump that. I'm just going to stop talking and recognise that save because that was an incredible save. But yeah, he did well with that attack because he could recover from it.
Oh, that goal there. Now, Scott, Sharo just played Tony there like a fiddle. Just knew what he was doing. Tony was way too close in that situation. Sharo had an easy pop. Just had to keep that ball going, get up that momentum, and then flick it on up.
And
Great stuff from
a really good flick it was. There was a slight 45-degree flick. If you don't know what they are, you should look up the Rocket League NA player, Red. He's done a really good tutorial of them. And they're an extremely good flick at beating opponents because they become a little bit unpredictable because you pop it up.
Welcome back, guys, to the quarterfinals of tonight's Rewind Gaming exclusive 1v1 Cup. And we are sorry about that little technical issue. Bosler, our ever wonderful, ever beautiful, ever elegant broadcaster, unfortunately had a power cut. So, without electricity, you can't really do much of anything. So we had to unfortunately miss out lastly that match where it ended 7-5 to Sharo. And Sharo is going to be moving on in to the other side of the bracket here. But now, Scott, we're on to APOC versus Neon Remix.
I'm so excited. I am a little bit of a fanboy of Neon Remix. As someone who used to play on Xbox and moved to PC, I used to stare at the Xbox leaderboards, dreaming of being where Neon Remix is. He was always at the top of the Xbox leaderboards. Number one, number one, number one. All 4 playlists. Love the man. And to see him on PC, I think I've spotted him on the PC leaderboards as well. He's an incredibly high level player, and at heart as an Xbox player, I love him and I favour him. I also hear some good things about APOC. I hear he's quite a good player, so I think we should be in for a good series here.
Yeah, APOC, he was saying there, don't hype me up. I've only just reached champ today. And I hyped him up a little bit earlier as having a run for it, but he gets into the semis every now and then here. I don't want to be, it's not condescending in a way, but he is a clutch meister at some points. Like, he can just bring it right out of the bag and be some really, really good players, such as Neon Remix, so don't count him out of it just yet.
And as you said, he's saying, like, oh, I've only just champ stuff. When it comes to a tournament setting, your ranks are thrown out the window. It's just about who wins. Whatever rank you are, it doesn't matter. Just try your best, and you never know. You might be a clutch meister, if you put it, and pull this out the bag. Yeah,
definitely. It doesn't matter. You can be, I don't know, super champ, or what is it now? Champ 3, champ 2, whatever. It does not matter. As long as you've got the right mindset, you can just see it on through. And APOC's really got to do that now, as we're just waiting for the players to get on in. And really, this can go any way. A bit like we saw in that last series. APOC is a bit on the back foot, like Tony was. But Tony was not out of it in any which way, whatever. That second game, Tony really brought it in close and was only just out by 2 goals. So APOC's going to be looking to do the same, if not better, as he goes up against Neon Remix.
A breakout. Breakouts are quite uncommon. It'd be cool to see how he uses them. Uses it in a 1v1. You don't often see breakouts. It's usually Dominus, Octane, Batmobile, that sort of rotation. I always I know breakouts not that like bold or anything. There are pros that use breakouts, but I still like to see different cards being used every now and then.
Yeah, I'm loving the breakout as well, because I've just picked it up again. Like, I was there going, you get into a bit of slump with cards. I'm a big Dominus and Octane player, and got into a bit of a slump with them. So I went, you know what? Jacob just got really far in the universe away from the breakout. I'm going to try it, and boy howdy, since the hitbox standardization, the breakout is godly again. But we've had the opening 30 seconds here, and both players are just feeling each other out, aren't they, Scott?
It's been quite an active opening, actually. But yeah, they're definitely not too fast, not too eager. They want to... It's sort of how it goes in tournament settings, and sometimes in ranks. That both players are a little bit passive, a little bit more hesitant. They want to see, maybe he's a dribbler, maybe he likes bounce dribble. They want to know what their opponent likes to do.
Oh, and Neon, well, sometimes he likes to do demos just there, removing APOC out of play. Then just quite slowly. Did you see that in the, I'm sorry, the replay there? Just the car sliding across. I have never seen that.
No, that was nuts. I just want to mention that Neon Remix says he loves me too in chat, and that's made my day. I love Neon. I'm a fanboy. This tournament has just been getting better and better. That's something to write home about.
Dad, Neon Remix said he loved me. That's all I care about. I don't need your approval anymore.
I've made it in like that. I don't care about school anymore. Neon Remix loves me.
And Neon Remix is looking to get second goal. Unfortunately, goes a little bit wide. He's trying to bump it up. He's trying to get it past APOC. Goes wide again. But he is taking all the boost here. APOC, he's been very good in how he's conservative on his boost. Now he's able to get it on out. But for a weaker player, that would have completely just made them, shiver in the middle of the goal.
Oh yeah, definitely. Seeing Neon Remix do this, oh my god, another demo. He is aggressive on offense. It works. You can't say anything, but it works. Going for demos, easy open goal. Yeah, it's a good tactic. There's no doubt about it. It works.
Yeah, we're talking about earlier. It's only you. You're going mano a mano against your opponent here. So if you demo your opponent, it's a 1v0 situation. So really, pull them on out. It may sound scummy, but it works. And well, APOC, he knows that sometimes kickoff goals work.
Using that breakout to his advantage on that kickoff. And just about beats Neon Remix that ball, using the slightly longer nose of the breakout to beat Neon with his slightly stubbier Octane.
to bring it back to a 1-goal game, he's got to be feeling good scoring a goal now against Neon, feeling a little bit more comfortable maybe.
1 goal separating these two. Neon Remix not needing that jump, but it was close. It's now got APOC trying to near enough force it against his goal. Neon Remix is on 0 boost here. APOC has starved him well and good here. APOC now coming in the challenge. Neon Remix gets it out, reads the challenge so well, gets over to the corner. He's now ate his boost and is ready to get back into this.
That was incredibly impressive actually to see APOC with a lot of boost in a great position for that challenge, and Neon Remix with very, very little boost. And I would say in the worst position there, to somehow come out on top, to read that 50-50, and then to be able to get on this act, get boost and recuperate was incredibly impressive.
This is dangerous now as Neon Remix extends his lead there with what can only be described as a well-planned bump. You could see it kept on the ground, into his car in the direction he wanted that to go, as he just forced it on against APOC. Again, we were talking about Sharo last match. It just comes down to seasoned veterans here in tournament settings where they know how to play the ball.
Oh, definitely. They can deal with the pressure. Like in that last segment of gameplay, we actually saw APOC putting on quite a bit of pressure, getting boosts, stealing boosts even, putting on shots, putting Neon Remix under pressure. But it didn't phase him at all. Like, he was perfectly ready to attack when he knew he could. He didn't seem phased, he seemed ready. And that's sometimes the difference between these high-level players. It's not all about mechanics and stuff, it's how they deal with the pressure they can be put under, especially in 1v1s.
Neon Remix still keeping his opponents near enough 8th. It is that close to his goal. APOC's hitting on out, but again, APOC is so low on boost here. Neon Remix is just trying to get APOC to move on out of goal. It's just trying to create an opening, like you can see there. Perfection.
Wow. Neon Remix is incredible at stealing boost. That's not often considered a skill, but it's very much so a good tactic in all game modes. But in 1v1s, if you can keep up pressure while stealing boost, that's a good tactic. Some people just go for the shot when they got the ball. If you just keep putting the pressure on stealing boost, going back and forth, you'll get a shot like Neon did, where you'll force the opponent to commit because they've got no boost and you can dribble it in.
Another kickoff goal happening there, and APOC just not being quick enough to the ball. He needed to get up in the air there just to contest it. But Neon Remix here, 5-1 up, 1 minute left. We saw it last time. APOC's got to do a Tony here. He's got to start looking for ways to get past Neon here. Otherwise, he's going to be completely outless and dominated.
Neon Remix is such a strong player. He's so well-rounded. Everything that he does seems quite smooth and polished and consistent. And that's always really hard to go up against, because you know if they're going to go for this kind of flick, they're probably going to get it, etc. It's always scary, and we've seen him. He's obviously good in defense. He's a ones player, so it's even harder to break past that barrier he puts up in defense.
And it is all down to control over the ball. He knows how to touch it. And oh, wait, what there? I was saying how to touch the ball correctly. That is a prime example. Let it drop on down, and then just punt it on past into the goal. Easy peasy. But it's not enough, is it there, Scott?
It's not enough, but still got to credit him. That was what a play. To pretend to do something up on the wall, not float down, boost down, control it and score was impressive. But yeah, 10 seconds, nowhere near enough. It would have to be 3 kickoff goals, and even then, that's just not happening. But it must feel good to get a goal like that going into the next game, and a goal like that.
One like that. Again, here you can see it. We're talking about how APOC now needs to start, getting the old notebook out, writing down ideas on how to beat Neon here. And he's just got 2 good goals.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to just say they were okay, they're average. He had to work them. And here he's trying to go for another, but again, Neon was just waiting in that goal. He could just absorb it. It wasn't going anywhere. But APOC there getting those last 2 goals, it's going to give him a bit of momentum going on to the next game. Yes, Neon did win it, but he hadn't scored a goal for a while. So he's got to be careful here. As APOC is going to be looking to take this to a game 3 in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, what we can say is APOC just proved what he can do, and that we shouldn't be underestimating him, because both of those last 2 goals were really good plays, just solid plays. There was no like 50-50. There was no Neon Remix didn't make a mistake, so to speak. It was just APOC working for that goal, as you said. So we don't know what can happen in this game 2. APOC has showed that he can score against Neon Remix. So if he can do it in this game, we might be looking at going to a game 3 here.
APOC getting that early goal straight off the kickoff, keeping, like we're saying, that momentum going through. He is using the breakout to perfection. It is a big, flat hitbox. That just means you act like a wall, you get in the way, you just force it on past your opponent and expect APOC to be just doing that whenever he can.
Yeah, he really does use the breakout well. We talked about him using the breakout at the start of the game, and we've seen him using it well. A well-placed shot from Neon. What can you do?
Yeah, you were saying about using it well, and this should have been where the breakout, comes into its own. Like I'm saying, it's a big hitbox. Like you see on the Batmobile, it's just a big paddle to hit away. Unfortunately, APOC was just too slow to react to that, and he had near to no boost. He's now lingering under the ball, he's trying to get on past, but Neon Remix was just so patient there.
Oh, really patient. That's the one thing you see from intelligent, experienced ones players. Good patience, knowing when you can rush, and knowing when you should wait and see, let's wait and see what he's doing, and then we'll turn around and challenge. That's what Neon does.
Yeah, he pulls APOC out, he brings it in close, and then flicks it up high. If APOC didn't come out, well, that close post would have been just ripe for the taking for Neon. So APOC has to move on out, which then leaves the back post open, and Neon Remix, one after the other, getting this quick kickoff goal. Again, you can't say much, he's just followed that on through, and then that's right for the taking.
What you notice with these really good ones players, like Neon Remix, is in both offense and defense, they're always really slow, patient, but then they strike really quickly when they know they can do something. So in defense, they'll snap instantly when they know they can turn the challenge, but then they do the same on offense when they realise, I can get this shot off far post, or I can get it near post, etc. They'll snap and score.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate overcommitment there from Neon Remix. APOC just being able to run it away. And just carrying on from what you were saying there, just being able to change up the momentum really throws opponents off. Not only in ones, but use this in 2s and 3s, and you'll just be able to get on past your opponent because they're expecting like a slow dribble. So as soon as you bang it on out to a teammate or to a wall, you'll be able to move on around. That was closed by Neon, but unfortunately he's on the back foot. That ball was going the whole way, and we've got the game tied on up in just over a minute.
Neon won't be happy with himself there. We know he tends to be quite a consistent player, and he'll be disappointed in his head. I mean, it was a tough shot. In his head, he'll know that he could have got that goal relatively easily if he didn't hit it against the wall. It was a little bit tighter with a shot, and to get scored on because of that has got to hurt, and to be equalised now. But I'm sure Neon, he deals with this all the time. He'll be fine. He'll do what he does and probably score right here.
Yeah, APOC was on the back foot. He'd gone into his opponent's half, no boost, had to collect it on the way. And here, just put himself in a bad position. Like I was saying before, he had to go for that close post because that's where Neon is. He can just put that away super fast. But that does leave the back of the net open.
And it does cancel out your momentum as well. Drifting like that.
Oh, APOC is close. He's got a hard shot there. Neon red where APOC wanted to put it away very well. And APOC here, because he had to go in for that, just not fast enough to get on back here.
Wow. What a save from Neon in the first place. Like, he knew that APOC was going to smash it, and we know how powerful hits can be when you got a long car and you hit it with the nose. So he pre-jumped that basically and read it perfectly. As you mentioned, he read that shot perfectly. I don't think APOC were expecting that, a little bit low on boost, and Neon can snap and be really quickly to capitalise on those mistakes. And now he's starting to gain a bit more of a lead and a cushion.
Apok just going a bit wide. He's on the back foot again. He's trying to get this out to the middle. Neon overextending the ball. Near enough hands it on over to Apok. Apok with a great little twist in the air. There you go. Neon even commends that as a nice shot.
And commendable it was. I don't think Neon was expecting such a perfectly placed shot. Nice, powerful, roof of the net. Neon had only just got in position, so he was a little bit, worse for wears. He only just got to the position he needed to be in. Apok did that quickly and powerfully, and that's what we need to see from him.
Right there. I'm just going to say it's boost over ball. Look at this.
Yeah.
Apok had gone off of the boost, expecting Neon Remix to be back, but the ball near enough, was in the way. He could not see Neon. In that situation, you can't just leave the ball dangling in that midfield. It is the danger zone, but Apok's just got, I don't want to say lucky, but he's just got himself kickoff goal. And yeah, Neon's just saying his kickoffs are really off tonight, and Apok has to strike on every single one of them.
Yeah, it looked like, from what I saw from that kickoff, Neon sidestepped a little bit early, so pretty much didn't make much contact with the ball because of how early he sidestepped. That's a bit about the kickoff because he sidestepped later and actually made contact with the ball. But what we saw from him earlier was not the sort of kickoff we expect from Neon Remix.
Neon up on the wall with the ball. Trying to get this past Apok. He's got it past, and Apok's got to be so far back. Neon just has to get a touch. He does. It's now 7-5, and we've only reached the halfway mark.
Yeah, that's a good point. This is a really high-scoring game, isn't it? I know a lot of ones games are, but to have that many goals in half a game is insane. But a really well-placed shot there from Neon. That was perfectly top corner. He just diagonally flipped just how he needed to get that top corner and into the place he needs to be. His shooting's starting to look a little bit more consistent and a little bit more like what we expect from him.
Yeah, we just saw Neon change up his kickoff. He's trying to work around Apok here because he is respecting his opponent. He knows Apok, with the amount of time left, could get ahead. So Neon's just got to be a bit clever. Oh, and that goal, the aerial dribble. Yep.
Yeah, that was the sound that summed it up, honestly. Perfect. The ball didn't leave his car from popping up the dribble again, air dribble again. That was impeccable control. We noticed that he used all the boost he had. Like he calculated the perfect amount of boost and touches he could get to get it over Apok. And yeah, impeccable, perfect, great air dribble from Neon. That's the sort of air dribbling you should be doing in ones to get past your opponent.
Apok there doing near enough the opposite. He popped it way too early there. He was trying to get a bit of speed, but he needed to bring that more into his opponent. Got to learn from those mistakes. He does have a minute 35 now. Got tons of time on the clock because ones, everything can change. Like you can get goals, one a piece every 15 seconds, and that is not unheard of at all.
Oh, 100%. If there's ever a game mode or playlist that you shouldn't give up on quickly in ranked or like forfeit quickly, it's ones. You see 5 goal down comebacks every day. It's just, as you mentioned, so quick. You can get goals, you can get kickoff goals quickly because there's only one person. It takes just one dribble to score, which only takes like 10 seconds. So comebacks are quick, so they happen often, and potentially Apok could do it. But if there's anyone who's going to stop the comeback, it's Neon Remix.
Apok now going for the longest shot. Neon is going to be able to rotate back on into his goal, that one up. Neon going for that dribble. Apok just getting a touch. I don't think he actually read that the ball was going to go there. He thought it was going to be a bit higher. Luckily got onto it again. Why the not the Octane, sorry, the breakout is so good. Ball moving on into the centre, and Neon Remix is able to just smash that one home.
Yeah, that's the danger with flat and long cars, is if you get 50-50 while you're sideways, especially when an opponent's got like a slightly taller car, like an Octane, the 50-50s tend to go against you. So that's the sort of toss-up with the long car, is if you can position your car properly, you can get good 50-50s, and we see Cooks here do that all the time. I don't know anyone who does 50-50s in a long car better than him, But if you do 50-50s like we just saw APOC doing earlier, it just doesn't work at all.
Now let's have a little look at what happened here. Neon Remix, he quite often takes the ball back into his own side to keep control. This is what we were saying earlier. Why he is so good is because he'll keep constant control of the ball, which then leads on to constant pressure upon the opponents. But there, he had hit the ball way too far out, way too far into the centre, and APOC was just, able to receive that as a pass near enough and take that all away. But we're going to say it now, we've called it. No more seconds. 1 goal is a possibility, but APOC needed 3. Neon Remix takes this as a 2-0. And APOC was, putting himself down a little bit before, but I think he put a stunning performance on still.
Oh, 100%. Some of the goals he put forward were replay worthy. They were good, proper good ones goals. But unfortunately, you need more than that against Neon Remix. He's a seasoned player. He's been playing this game for ages. Incredible. He says he's not that good at ones, but I personally think he's a good ones player, and I think we'll see him go far in the tournament.
Yep. So that closes on out the quarterfinals. We've got the semis to move on to, which will be Neon Remix going up against Mercy Slays, and Mask going up against the winner of Wolfie and Sharo. Oh my, Wolfie beat out Ike Wolf, I do believe. So this should be quite an interesting one to see what's going on there. But guys, in the break, make sure you drop that follow button. Make sure, if you're feeling very generous, that subscription button, because at the moment, subscriptions, subscribing on Twitch are at half price for every new Twitch subscription. So that's $2.50. That is nothing. That's not, well, that's pretty much 2 Mars bars for us Brits. So, just go nuts. It really supports the stream, and we'll be back on with the semis. Toodaloo. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the semi-finals of tonight's Rewind Gaming Exclusives 1v1 Cup. I'm Digital Bacon, and again, I'm joined by Scott. And Scott, we've just had some interesting new information be posted on the interwebs, haven't we?
Exciting new information, in fact. A little tidbit about Season 5 rewards, and what are they? Bacon.
Oh, they are name tags. Was
Name
not
tags.
expecting name tag. I honestly, if you look in chat right now, Bucket, our beautiful assistant, has just posted that in there for you guys. And they're dragon-themed name tags. Like, I like them, but I don't know what to say. I was not expecting name tags to be a reward.
Yeah.
I'm loving the whole Jang thing. And we were just saying this, actually, weren't we? Like, why give the previous name tags as well if, like, they should only put up the highest level you attain. So if you got the, I don't know, Grand Champ name tag because, you know, you're amazing at Rocket League, why would you want to put on the Diamond name tag? Like, they should make it so you have to have that one for each season. And it's just really odd, isn't it?
Yeah, they do look pretty badass though, but as you said, I didn't expect it at all. I probably, if you asked me like a couple of days ago, I probably would have predicted maybe a decal or something, just because that goes along with the theme of every season reward has been something that changes the car, done something to the car. But
Well,
I guess
what
it's
we had, we've had Boost, we've had
toppers.
we've had the Trail,
That's it.
Wheels. We had Wheels. And this season,
Wheels,
I was
yeah.
expecting an antenna. But
Yeah,
no, they throw a curveball on us.
definitely.
I'm in name tags. Anyway, let's get talking here because I'm pretty sure that one or if not both the players will join at some point. So they're both sitting there waiting for us to stop nattering on. But Sharo versus Mask. We saw Sharo earlier. We sure? Yeah, we sure.
That is a tongue twister. That is a
We
tongue
saw
twister.
Sharo earlier. He put on a great performance. And now he's going up Mask, who... Actually, it fits his name. We do not know anything about Mask here, apart from he's a Grand Champ player. So, you know, he's masking his skill, and this is going to be the first time we see it.
He's even masked his profile picture with just a black profile picture. He's very
He's a
bit much-
mysterious dude.
yeah, he's an enigma.
Oh! He nearly got the bump there. Mask is, you know, he's gone off to a flying start here. He's not trying to play them, you know, the waiting game, trying to, you know, hustle his opponent. No, he's going on in. Look at him up in the air. And I'm just going to point out as well, his camera settings are just so much further away than Sharo's. He is looking to be a real 1v1 player.
Yeah, but there's a lot of... Well, there's pros and cons to having close-up camera settings and far-away camera settings. With the far-away camera settings, like Mass, he can see more when he's dribbling. He can see his opponent more. But on the other hand, you get a little bit less control over certain touches because you're not quite as close to your car. But if you can use your far-away camera settings well, which we've seen like pros do, like Farah and stuff, in dribbling situations, then it is a good thing. It's all about personal preference, I guess, on what you like out of camera settings.
Mask nearly got himself a second goal there. Sharo, he's come into it, and he's actually on the back foot here. Mask is off to a flying start. Sharo trying to get that bit. Keeps the ball too low, is expecting Mask to jump up high. But this lad coming out of nowhere, near enough out of a puff of smoke, and is just looking really strong here. Like, even now, Sharo is down his half, but Mask is so calm to just come on back in, receive that ball. Oh, he's just putting on a performance for us.
He is. He's really just come out of the gate. I'm I wouldn't say surprised. I'm just really impressed. Actually, he's just like really strong. Like everything he's done in offense and defense, as you said, he's calm, he's cool, he's collected. He's just doing everything quite well. Really close there. That would have been a spectacular shot.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was a big overcommitment by Mask there, and Sharo's going to get a goal out of it. He needed that there to be able to tie it on out, because like we said, Mask actually seemed in control of most of this, first 2 minutes. So Sharo is just going to be looking for those openings. And he's got to be careful here. He's got to go back to, going on full control of the ball.
Maybe he's just flashing his guns a little bit for the stream, trying to show how fancy he can be. And I'm sure he can do it, but he needs his wands. We've mentioned before, you're the only person. You need to be a little bit careful. Even if you're as good as Mask seems to be, you need to play it sensibly at times.
Yeah, playing sensible is actually a good point there, was Mask popping that ball up in the air. He had no boost, just got the ball away, got it up in the air to buy himself time to move on back to grab boost and reset himself. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Mask, and this is why I love, the lower tier tournaments like here at Rewind, because you're getting fresh meat to the table. Like we said, we've never seen Mask before, and he's going up against, bigger names like Sharo. He's going up against players like Neon Remix, who got very, very far in the RLCS qualifiers, making it to the top 128 teams. And I do believe he got very close to, one of those RLRS slots, just coming off shy, getting in that top 32 team slot. Mask here, he's looking to be able to perform very well alongside them.
Yeah, it's a good point that you're looking at players that, in a season or two, we could be looking at taking these RLRS spots and showing up in the pro scene. This is a great place for you to showcase your skills if you are an aspiring pro or just like competitive playing, because you get a little bit of an audience. You play high-level players, as you mentioned, Neon Remix, Ike Wolf's usually here. It's a great setting, honestly.
Sharo there, getting the second goal. He's back into this. Again, where he as well didn't know Mask really, he's having to learn what his opponent's doing and, adapt to the situation. Mask has come on out, all guns blazing like Scott said, and here Sharo is having to respond to that. Again, Sharo with another mistake though. He's able to finish that off though.
Wow. Those touches on the wall where you wait for it to bounce just and then hit it can be very hard to do. You usually do them in clear situations and then to put like boomer passes in. But to calculate that shot in was actually really impressive. And I've got to say, Sharo, even though Mass has shown he's an incredible player, Sharo has been defensively strong and been putting up with it. And now we're seeing him turn that around on offense.
The mistake there from Mask, not touching the ball there, bouncing on over him. Sharo there just pounces on that situation. A big open goal. And, well, Sharo's going to sink that tiny little ball. 4-1 here. And it's really interesting because Mask got that first goal. He was near enough running away with it for the first minute. Sharo then looked to come back on even grounds for the next, two. And here, Sharo's just looking to start dominating. You've got to be careful with this overextension though.
That's one thing we've seen from both of them, really, is overextension. I think maybe Sharo, he scored quite a few goals in a row there. Maybe he's feeling a little bit confident, got the wind under his wings. But no, he couldn't quite pot that in, and Mask would take a free goal. That might give him the momentum to start getting back into this game here. And it looks like he can quite easily. 2 goals, there's nothing in 1 minute, especially to a good player like Mask right now.
Mask bumping it up high off of Sharo. He's now just trying to recollect. He can see, look at this, Mask just trying to get boost, but Sharo is able to just fake him on out there, getting the full pass, and that's 5-2 to Sharo.
That's a good example of sometimes, I'm not sure if it was on purpose, but sometimes failing to flick is the good play. It acts as a fake. You said the fake, like, obviously Mask was expecting Sharo to flick it, and whether it was on purpose or not would be up to him. But it works a lot of the time, especially on front flicks, where it just dies instead of actually flicking. It is a good tactic if you can pull it off. And sometimes it makes your mistakes look good because you score.
Sharo having to go and contest against Mask, but it's deep in his half. He's got to now control this. With the 14 boost he has, Mask has got it all. Just got to be patient and wait for the opening. You can see here, he's backed on up. He's popped it. Can he get on in? No, he steps back. He's not going to overextend. That is good stuff from Mask.
Yeah, we saw him, as you said, he threw it at net and realising he wouldn't be able to score. Didn't overextend, instead stole the boost, which led him to be in the position he is now, where Sharo's low on boost because Mask was intelligent in that play. And that's just good game sense, good 1v1 game sense there from Mask.
We're in a sticky situation here, as Mask does have a possibility to come back into this. 2 goals are separating them, but 2 kickoff goals in a row is looking unlikely, especially when it goes off into your own side. But this is not all one-way traffic here for Sharo. You can see they have moments of excellence both sides. Mask trying to get on down, just trying to get, a cheeky little goal to prove himself. Can't unfortunately get past Sharo, and Sharo's going to take the first game here.
Wow, that was a really good game actually. If you asked me to predict it after the first 30 seconds, maybe a minute, I would have 100% Mask. He would have said Mask. He had the first goal, he looked completely in control there. But Sharo, maybe he was just feeling him out, letting Mask do what he was doing, and then do what Sharo does best, and put on all those shots, make the saves, get the goals. But still, it was a close game. This could go either way, honestly. I wouldn't be able to predict that right.
Also, we'd like to do a little shout out to So Gaming. Thank you for the 2nd month of your subscription, buddy. It means a lot, as it just keeps the lights on going in the old Rewind Gaming offices here. Much love to you, bro. But we're going on into game 2 of this best of 3 between Sharo and Mask, and really it's still anyone's game. Mask at the end there started to regain his form after letting Sharo near enough have 1 goal after the other. So he's going to hope to keep a hold of that and just take this thing, go free.
Yeah, we can see how intelligently Mask can use the offensive pressure he can get. But Sharo just looks like a really solid defender. And it's just which one's going to crack first, the defender or the attacker. And we'll see in this game too, I guess.
Mask getting another early goal in this game. He got it in last game, but this time he's got to hold on to that lead. He can't just, pick up a bit. He can't, slack a little bit. Sharo will capitalize on his opponent if he can.
Yeah, that was a nice play from Mask, but still, it's just this game. Both these players seem relatively evenly matched. I would say we might go to game 3 here, but I'm sure Mask will be very disappointed in missing that open goal, and Sharo might be able to finish this. Will.
And he does.
Yeah, that's got hurt, Mask. He could have taken a 2-goal lead there, a nice early lead. To throw it away like that.
Yeah, it just shows your mistakes are so hurtful here in 1v1s. Like, Mask had overextended purely, and normally in 2v2s or 3v3s it wouldn't have mattered. It just rotated on back in, happy days. Someone could have come on in to clean up, mop up the goal. Yeah. But in ones, you do not have a safety net. It is all you out there, and your opponent is in the exact same position. So it's all about trying to force open those mistakes, or just waiting for your opponent to make a mistake naturally. Oh
my god!
Sharo pulling that out of it. Where did that come from?
That shallow Magnus. What a flick! What a flick! Perfect. Oh, I'm speechless. That's goal of the tournament so far. Wow.
That just... By turning your car around from like that and doing the backflip, you get so much power. And your opponent's just there watching you, sort of questioning what to do. And Sharo, again, getting another goal. This is almost a repeat of the first game.
It is. Like, Mask playing quite well in the first minute, but then Sharo just coming out of nowhere. He's just putting on a spectacle for us. He wants to get into that final. He can smell it at this point, and he's going to want to take this in 2 games there.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a bit like, Formula 1. Sharo's tires just need a little bit of time to warm up, you know, before he can really pick up a bit of speed, a bit of momentum. And here, he's got 2 goals leading now. And Mask there just absolutely gave it on over. He could have easily contested that. But again, the problem being overextension. And Mask just getting that away.
Well, sigh of relief from Mask there.
Yeah.
That was close.
Sharo's got it up in the air. It's off to the backboard, and Sharon now has to go right on back.
No.
Mask's missed. Sharo's just waiting in it. Why is Mask gone off the boost?
He's missed the
not
boost
even
too.
fault.
Oh,
No.
Mask, no. I think he's cracking under the pressure here. I don't know why he went for boost anyway, but to miss it made it even worse. Oh, what's
So
happening,
close.
Mask?
Just, yeah, like you said, needed that boost if he was to have a chance of coming back in. And here, I don't want to be mean, but it's painful to watch because we've seen what Mask can do, and he can be blooming amazing at times. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, like you were saying, he's just cracking a little bit. He can't handle the pressure that Sharo is serving him.
And it's a lot of pressure right now. Oh, the fate. Oh my god. Sharo. He's pulling off some very nice highlight reel goals there now. Look at that. Mask goes off the wall, and it looks exactly like Sharo was just going to keep on fluttering his boost and keeping up like a more consistent altitude. But he recognised that Mask was coming off and knew, if I just stop boosting, I'm just going to be able to dribble this in because he's way too high. Really smart from Sharo, showing he's got the mechanics and intelligence to do something like that.
Halfway down into game 2 here, and Mask has just gone wide again. He is struggling to find a second goal, which he really needs going towards the goal, but Sharo can just get there away. It was too slow. Mask has got to do everything in his power to just keep, you know, working away, but Sharo is just being able to best him at every turn.
Yeah, that's how you put it. Sharo's just been on top of it at all points in this game. Mask was so close to getting that goal. Unlucky for it to hit the post. You just needed to bring it in a little bit more. And Sharo is going to score that any day of the week. And he's getting a nice serve for Brazil here. And that's going to hurt to Mask. As you said, he looks like an incredible player, but today's just not his day, I guess.
And yeah, Sharo is playing out of his skin, but there's still 2 minutes left. We were saying it earlier, 1v1s, if there is a game where you can come back from a 5-goal deficit, it is 1v1s. It is not over till the fat lady sings, and Mask just has to keep that mentality. He's getting pushed around, he gets demoed by Sharo, who's just letting it linger.
Oh.
Mask, no, he's just saying, finish it, do it already, put me out of my pain here.
Oh, that's just gotta hurt. Sharo is playing out of his mind right now. I thought he was good when we last saw him, but he looks on a whole new level right now. He looks like he could win this entire tournament if he keeps playing like this in the next series. He's in for a serious run-in.
Oh, it feels bad, man. We've got the mods in the back end already with the next match set up, as Neon Remix has taken down Mercy Slays in the other semi-final. And at the moment, it's looking like Sharo is going to go up against Neon here, unless Mask can really turn it on around.
I'm sorry, what? What are you doing, Sharo? if that somehow snuck in, I don't even know what I would have said.
I've been saying Rocket Dailies, definitely. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's without a doubt.
Oh, Mask, he's got the ball up in the air, he's going for the aerial dribble, can he get on past? No! Sharo was able to read that, he had so much time to work with. Mask trying to get on around, he's got it to the other corner, got it up in the air. He's going for the aerial route once again, can Sharo block out a second time? No, he cannot! That's 7-2, at least Mask has got ridden of the Brazilian.
That was almost a copy-paste of the goal we saw Sharo do to Mask. You know, the defender on the back wall goes off the wall, the attacker fakes going up any higher, lets the ball roll in. It's a spectacular goal. That's the sort of goal you like to see in montages. And it was cool to see Mask give Sharo a taste of his own medicine there.
30 seconds left. 5 goals separating them, and this at the moment is pretty much all Sharrow's mask. He's just got to be playing for, keeping his pride at the moment. Just being able to say, look, I didn't give up in the last second, and that is just great sportsmanship from the lad.
They'll do it. They're both getting some
Just out.
spectacular goals now.
Do it, Mask. Run away with it. Show the lad that he should not overextend, and that is 7-3. Mask, unfortunately, out of this now because, well, let's just say it. 4 goals in 2 seconds. I don't know what calculator you're using or what watch. It's not going to happen here. And Sharo is going to be going up against Neon Remix in the finals.
All credits to Mask. He looked like an incredible player, and I hope to see him back in future weeks because he looks like on a good day he'll make it to the finals. But wow, what a performance from Sharo, and I look forward to seeing him in the finals now for the best of 5.
Okay, guys, we're just going to go get that next match set up for you. Don't go anywhere. It'll be here in moments. Just going to quickly, Bucket Man, always there, designating what to do, telling the players that it's a best of 3 or a best of 5, because even I had to ask before this series. But don't go anywhere. In the meantime, if you are going to do anything, go drop a little follow, go do a follow on Twitter, Twitch, come join us in Discord. It's a great community, and we'll be back any moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the finals. The grand finals, the grandest finals. Tonight here on Rewind Gaming, I'm Digital Bacon. Tonight, I am joined once again by Scott G. And Scott, your buddy Neon Remix is in, and he's going up against the ever spectacular Sharo.
Wow! This is everything I would want for and more of this finals here. We've seen both players put on a show for us, and for them to come up against each other in this finals, it's going to be a good game. Sharo was incredible last game, but we know what Neon can do. And let's see if Sharo is on a bit of a hot streak now, feeling good after that performance he put in the semi-finals. Although I'm going to have to predict it to my boy Neon Remix. I think he's a little bit more experienced, but who knows? Sharo's playing well today.
Wait, so you're already going straight in for the predictions here with Neon Remix taking it. Remember, guys, this is a best of 5. So there's a lot of time to be able to readjust your strategy, be able to learn what your opponent does and come on back in. And in this little, break between games, they've got to be doing that whilst we're, talking there going, oh, Sharo did so well here, but Neon, he bested him here. They're both there with little notepads out or whatever, doing it in their heads, however they like. Just going through, okay, say Sharo's there going, Neon was able to keep the ball closer to him whenever I went to contest him for a 50-50. He beat me. How can I get around this? Do I take the ball out here? Do I just try and let him come into me, make him, overextend into my half? Oh, we've only got to find out as well. I'm pretty sure either one of the players, or both, you would hope for both anyway, will be hopping onto their sides any second now to get this kicked off, as we have got the Rewind Gaming exclusives 1v1 Cup. It's the 22nd one here, the 22nd week of it, over on Twitch. Make sure you drop that follow and subscribe if you're feeling extra cheeky. Both the players are on in, and Scott, you're going for Neon Remix, but what do you think the score's going to be?
Now you're trying to get me to be accurate with my predictions. I'm gonna say it right now. 3-1 to Neon Remix. 3-1.
3-1. You know what? I am going to say a very similar thing, in that I think it's going to be 3-1 to Sharo, and Sharo's just going to be able to, pull it out. I think Sharo hasn't actually performed to the best this evening so far, and he's still got more to come. But we've only got time to find out, and really in this first 30 seconds, it has been Sharo down in Neon's half, but it's just sort of like both players feeling the water, and Neon is going to be able to get that quick breakaway goal as he pulled Sharo on into his corner.
That's definition of overextension. He thought he could get there, but he was nowhere near it, honestly. And I'm just going to draw the viewers' attention to Neon Remix saying, Scott, I love you. I love you too, Neon. I love you too. After this, I will cry with happiness. I can stop it, and I'm a terrible caster. I'm sorry.
No, that is actually one of the better things, Scott. As you grow as a caster in that, you'll start realizing, hang on, why do I have pros on my friends list? And you just say, like, for me, I'm there like, I'm a Diamond 3 player, but why do I have, the likes of Sebadam on my friends list? Why is there, people like Frag who, all these people that are making into RORs and RLCS, and you're just there like, why do you have them on your list? You could have all these people and you've got me.
I know, it's going to be great. Let's start with Neon. What a better player to start with.
That's it. He's popping your cherry on that.
Perfect.
Oh, and Sharo there, forcing it up against Neon, who did pop the cherry of this match with the first goal. But Sharo's coming on back, just forcing it up against Neon, up into that top right corner. That is a forced mistake, and this is what I was talking about earlier. They've got to be, both of them are looking for ways to best their opponent. And here, Sharo's just figured out, if he gets in the way, really pushes up hard against Neon, it'll work. And Neon back there, just waiting for that opening that Sharo will give him.
That was smart there from So from Shara's perspective, I think he thought the ball was going to roll up the corner. That's why he risked the boost grab. But Neon, like, almost thought the same, but then realised, stopped, turned around, and realised the ball was just going to come right back out for an open goal for him. Smart to recognise that from Neon. It's a close game so far, honestly.
Yeah, and that is it as well. Like, Neon could have quite easily gone for one of those middle boosts, and then Sharo would have had the time. It all comes down to the mind games here. What is your opponent going to do? What do you expect your opponent to do? And really, at this level, it can go any way. Look at that, 2-2 in the first 2 minutes, and there is so little separating these two titans.
Exactly, Titans is what they are right now. That came down to a really slick boost grab from Sharo. He recognised Neon was going for it. And I think Sharo had a little bit of boost left over to boost around Neon, get the boost canister, which left Neon in a terrible position. And we've seen how fast Sharo can play, especially when he's got all the boost and Neon has none. A incredible play there. Boost grabbing is such a good play in 1s, 2s and 3s.
Yeah, exactly. And Sharo here has got all the boost, gets knocked off actually by Neon. That was a good knock, as that has just completely thrown Sharo off. And Neon take the lead now.
That was a perfect bump, honestly. That was like that was what Neon should have done in the last goal, where Sharo tried to take his boost. Neon says no there, bumps him just out of the way of it so he could take that boost. And then Sharo's in a bad position, low boost, a little bit like off centre. Neon's going to dribble that in, obviously. Nicely done. And a kickoff goal there from Sharo. 3-3, half the game. I'm starting to feel a little bit less confident in my prediction, honestly, but I believe Neon can do it.
Yeah, that is it. This is head to head. I'm expecting all these games to be really close. 1 goal, maybe 2 at most, separating each of these players. And really, we want nothing less. We want this to be as close as it can. We like the high tension here. That's why you watch Rocket League, really, because it's such a great esport to watch.
He flipped the wrong way there, Sharo. He was in a good position for a nice shot, but flipped the wrong way, so basically just beamed it. Oh, what's a save from Neon? That recovery
this
there.
Low boost saving, yeah, it is something else. Look here, he's on 0. He has got Sharo just near enough circling him like a shark. And Neon is just popping it up, but if that was one too many, and Sharo is able to pop it on him.
I think the misplay there from Neon, either way, he was in a very bad position. But I think he was trying to get that little boost pad there in like the middle of his goal and there's 6-yard box type thing. And he missed it, he was just off centre, which meant he had no boost at all. If he had that 12 boost, he might have been able to fly up a little bit just to get it on the backboard and not just float it above his goal, which is unlucky, but Sharo did well to capitalise.
Not being able to get on in. Sharo is just jumping at it at the moment because that is all he can do because he's trying to get away. He's had to go for that boost. Neon Remix popping on up, goes wide, is overextended, and Sharo has got the runaway goal. That is 5-3. And Sharo is going to want to extend that lead even further.
There we go. Someone's finally got a 2-goal lead instead of a 1-goal lead. But it's interesting to look at the statistics and how even they are actually. That both players have got 4 saves, and we've seen some incredible saves coming up from both sides, especially with Neon with the low boost saves. But both sides have 7 shots. And we're just seeing Sharo being a little bit more clinical with shots and shooting when he knows he has a pretty good chance of scoring. So if we see Neon doing more of that, he'll bring this back quite quickly.
And that is it. We have got still a minute here, guys. Neon can turn this around. He can equalise quite easily. Try to go for the demo though, and if it did work out for him, he could have got a goal quite nicely. But Sharo is just trying to make as few mistakes as he can. Look at this here. He's got no boost. He has to get back to goal, but he cannot in time. Neon Remix has closed that gap to 1 goal separating them.
That was a 200 IQ play from Neon. What we saw him do on defense there is he recognized that Sharo had limited boost. Neon had just picked up a boost canister. He could have challenged Sharo, honestly, but he didn't because he was smart enough to realize Sharo's going to take the shot here, and I've got full boost, and I've got confidence in my goalkeeping skills, so I'm going to let him take this shot. and obviously he's going to make the save because it's Neon Remix, he's a god. And then Sharo's in a bad position because he flipped forward for the shot, so he's extended and no boost to get back. Really intelligently done that from Neon Remix.
As well, these two players here, they know each other. They play together. This is one of the things I love about community cups and, you know, just general communities like Rewind, where you get to meet other players of your level. These guys are no exceptions to that. They've entered the 3v3 weeklies, which on Saturdays, guys can sign up over, you know, on their Discord. It can be found on Smash and all of that. Lovely jazz. They know how each other play. They play together, so they, you know, can get into each other's minds. They should be able to figure out each other's styles, how to best them. And here is so close. Each player is working to overdrive just to be able to get on past one another.
Definitely, they both looked like they were trying the hardest there. That was just an incredible game, a really high level game. And Neon Remix coming up with a double Savior medal. Sharo was putting on good pressure, but we can see that Neon can deal with it. Honestly, one goal in it, I think my prediction may or may not be wrong, because this could go either way at this point.
Hey, your prediction against Sharo is not dashed yet. He's got that one goal, so now Neon just has to go for that 3-0 sweep, which he could do. But yeah. I'm even thinking, looking at this performance, that my prediction of 3-1 going over to Sharo could be dashed. This could go all the way to that 5th game, and you know what? I'm not going to be surprised if it does.
I wouldn't be either, honestly. But both our predictions are still in the running right now.
As both the players are going to be getting on into their sides, we're just waiting for that countdown to start. It'll be any second. And here, I'm expecting Neon to actually take this game, as he's going to want to respond against Sharo.
Yeah, I think Neon will take this game. He's not one to like going down a game, I don't think. And even though he's got some games to spare, oh my god, what a save from Sharo. That was what a save.
Sharo there was actually baiting Neon Remix to do that. He was wanting Neon to go into that top right corner and, you know, overextend. This is just, you know, absolute masterclass attempts at baiting your opponents, trying to peel them out of their area. And the mind games are strong here. These two are Jedis.
Yeah, definitely. You see mechanical ability like lower down the ranks, but you don't see this incredible tactical intelligence. This is what separates these players from lower ranks, the players you may have seen in like the quarterfinal. This is what separates them.
Ooh, just saw in chat there from Patty as well. Where is Eichel? Unfortunately, he dropped out in round 2. I do believe he couldn't actually play today, which is unfortunate because he, you know, would have been on this stage here. I wouldn't be surprised at all because he is good enough. But right now we have got Sharo versus Neon Remix, who this could be their chance. They've been knocked out by Eichel in the past 2 weeks, but this is their time to lift up that virtual trophy, and Neon Remix is trying to get on back into the series to do exactly that.
Neon followed Sharo all the way there, from Sharo going to get the mid boost, rolling up. Probably he was planning to air dribble it or go off the ceiling, but Neon was on his tail and could tell what he was doing, so he could just jump on that, be into the ball, get a nice opening there, and bring it back to a 1-1 game.
Neon Remix does have the little edge here. He's got it forward, but Sharo taking the boost. He's taken the advantage of the ball going in front of him. Neon has to be careful here. Ooh, and he is that read. Sharo couldn't get it around as much as he wanted. He's demoed Neon, so Neon will now have 30 boost. It might just be enough to challenge this, but we have to see what Sharo does, and it's not enough to get on past Neon Remix.
He tried that sort of 180 type flick again. Unfortunately, it didn't work. We saw it work from in the last series. But Neon did well, but from the moment he spawned, he started collecting boost pads, which set him up a lot better for the defense and the offense that came after being demoed. So really smart from him there to get the boost pads.
Yeah, that is it. You've got to be, careful with your boosts. You've got to make sure you've got enough. And quite often what you'll see a lot of players do is actually go for those big 100s. But the smarter players know the value of the small 12s. The little ones dotted around field. And actually, if you're moving the ball around or moving back in the fence, what way ever, try and make sure you're constantly picking them up. And, what was Neon doing on that back wall? He just did not seem to really think this through here.
Yeah, he panicked. It was a really good flick from Sharon. That's one thing I've got to say. His flicks are really good. That's what we've seen throughout all the series we've seen him. But yeah, Neon Remix, I would have expected him to recognize his positioning a bit more in defense and realize that's not in, or at least get a touch on it. It's not like the Neon Remix we know. He's usually a lot more stronger on defense. But it's only a 1-goal game but Neon, I think if Shara wins this, two games is quite hard. He only needs to win 1. Neon will need to win 3. Shara will be putting himself in a good position to win.
Oh, and Neon there. This is just perfect use of that bat. Look at that. Pop right on up. Shara had 10 boost. Neon must have seen that. He only had 28 himself, but knew he could get first and get it around Shara there.
And Neon used his boost perfectly there. He used it. He hit the ball just as he went to 0 boost, so it couldn't have been more perfect. His hit. A nice backdoor play. That's a bit more like the Neon Remix I know and love.
Shara's on the ball now, though. He's going to be looking to get it past. He's got up in the air. Shara tried to force it on through, but couldn't. Picks up the corner boost. Now's got control. Neon not being able to get a touch he wants. And that's into the back of his net. It's 3-2 Shara.
Wow. Not Neon. Shara is playing so fast in that last 20 seconds of gameplay. We mentioned before how high-level players can change up their speeds and momentum. And we just saw a good example of how Sharo and high-level players can turn it on and recognise, wow, if I play fast now, I can probably beat him to this and get a nice shot off. And that's given him the lead there.
Neon Remix is trying to fight on back here, though. Got the ball into the back of the net, and that's 3-all. Neon, he just knows what to do in certain situations. Look at this. Sharo is in the corner, can't get to it. Neon has to pop it on. Nice big old hit into the back of the net there. Easy days for him.
Yeah, he recognised Shara went for the boost and took a little bit of a punt and felt like, yeah, I could probably beat into this, and went for it and equalised. And this game keeps on getting closer and closer. It's too much for me. It's too intense. There's so much on the line right now. And last game was so close. This game is so close. They're so evenly matched, honestly.
Neon Remix being able to take the lead now. That's the first time in this game, I do believe. That's 4-3. It's still anyway, though. Neon Remix has been on a good path there. 2 goals in a row, and they're quite close-knit to each other. So Sharo here has to work out some way not to make those mistakes he's making to stop that margin from growing.
Yeah, definitely. Bit of a poor kickoff left from Neon Remix, but he will recover quite nicely. But he is in a bad position because he doesn't have any boosts, but a bad flick from Shara. And Neon is in a much better position.
Sharo there accidentally missing. Neon's just got to bait. Oh, the shake and bait there. Absolutely making Sharo question what to do. Panic there. Look at this. The little jump here. Like,
that was
right, let's take this on up and over.
He probably made Shara question his life. I was with him. He faked it, waited for Shara to land, and then hit it over him. That is smart. Most people would fake and then hit it, but Neon realized that Sharo had landed quite quickly. He didn't jump that high. And to then hit it over it was just, to do that all in a split second, incredible.
20 seconds left. Sharo really has his work cut out here if he wants to equalize on out and keep the lead in this series. But Neon is looking strong. He has found the tactics and the strats that are working for him. And look at this, he's just wanting to keep control of the ball. That's going to drop now. Or is he going to go for another one? That's going all the way.
He's done it.
Neon Remix taking it 6-3 in game 2.
Bit of salt in the wound, nail in the coffin. I'm sure that might make him feel a little bit better, a little extended his lead a bit more. He'll be feeling good going into the next game, considering Shara only won by 1 goal, but Neon just won by 3. He's got to be feeling a little bit better, settling into the series, best of 5. There's just so go either way in just one game.
1-1. It's now effectively a best of 3 between these two, and it is so close to call. At the moment, Neon was looking so strong in the final end, and it was purely because Sharo was just getting a bit panicky. He's wanting to react too fast. He's not giving himself the time to read his opponent and just basically keep at the same pace. He's trying to get to the ball too quickly, and he's creating opening and mistakes that Neon Remix can, capitalize upon.
Definitely. Sharo at times plays fast when he needs to, and it works. But sometimes he plays fast when he shouldn't and ends up overextending and letting Neon score. And kind of did that there a bit.
Yeah, Neon there just popping that up and over. Sharo just being too eager to the ball. It's pretty much the best way to say it. And you can't blame him. With Rocket League, we talk about momentum, morale, all of that jazz, and it is pretty much what this is. Once you start getting 1 goal after the other, it's quite easy to keep that ball rolling. Look at this. Neon doesn't really have to push against that. All he's got to do is block it to just keep the ball down his opponent's end. Ball is rolling the way though. Sharo gets onto him. Saber will knock it off. Oh,
Wow,
that
that's so
was a
close.
beautiful little roughhousing.
Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. Ground finals, they're getting into each other now. It was good bump from Sharon. Neon nearly recovered, but didn't have enough boost. Was set back by Sharo. Well played from Sharo to recognise the bump opportunity.
Sharo now has got the ball down his opponent's end, tries to pop it, but that is way too early. No power on it at all. Neon Remix takes up high. Sharo has to get this away. Does not make connection with the ball. That is a big mistake as Neon Remix now takes the lead again.
Yeah, Sharo, after doing his bit of a poo flick, which is unlike him. He's very good at flicking. Just tried to go for a bit of a dunk on Neon, and that's never going to happen. And that was overextension again from him. If he hadn't have done that, he might have been able to get back in time for Neon's long shot.
But that kickoff goes in Sharo's favour. It's now equalised it on out again. And once again, we can see it is so close between those two. I still favour Neon in this game a little bit more than Sharo, but expect Sharo to be able to just collect himself. Well, he needs to really in this situation if he wants to take down Neon Remix here.
What a shot from Neon. To recognise he could beat Sharo to the ball there, because Sharo went for boost, was impressive. Like, only just about, but he knew that there was a solid chance he'd beat Sharo to the ball because he decided to choose boost over ball, which is something we have seen Sharo do sometimes, and Neon is very good at. He's got a very fast mind that can recognise these things and capitalise on them. And that's the sort of thing you need to be a high-level player like Neon. Sharo, if the trend continues, probably equalise. In the last 2 games and this game, it's been back and forth, back and forth.
Clever there by Neon to be able to just backflip out as he saw he was not going to get to the ball. And Sharo went up. Now he is far into his opponent's side. He may have overextended here. He's got to get this up and out. He's got it up, but he is not out at all. Sharo here is going to be able to steal that boost. Neon isn't entirely out though. He's got 40. He's bumped it on into the center. Sharo not being able to get a shallow hit there. Sent it on in, but the second touch was enough. And with, 3 minutes 10 left, we're back to an equalised game.
Yeah, it happened. The trend continues. 3-3. Neon will probably be a little bit disappointed on his touch there. He did have a decent enough amount of boost, and he should have tried to hit it to the side, which I think he did try to do that, but ended up hitting it to the middle. We sort of set it up for Sharo here. And although his first touch wasn't great, he recovered and got the shot, and has equalised it. 3 minutes left. Game is anyone's at this point.
Interesting movements here by Sharo, who's just near enough boosting around in circles, trying to phase Neon out of it, but really it's just making himself look a little bit shaky. He's trying to get Neon to move on out, and it is an odd choice, but it has worked there when Neon, only on 12 boosts, was trying to get under it, but he's in a bad place.
Neon took a risk there by trying to wait for the boost canister, which, if the boost canister had spawned, he was in a good position to make that save. Would have paid off, but way too risky. A 3-3 game, even if you got 12 boost, you might be able to pick a boost pad on the way. You should be going back to net, because taking a risk on the boost canister, unless you're really certain it's going to spawn, it's just way too risky in 1v1s. We've said it all the time. 1v1s, you got no one to cover for you, so you've got to make the smartest decision possible.
And especially since those boost canisters respawn after 10 seconds. In Rocket League, yeah, sometimes that can be over in a jiffy. Others, it can feel like forever. Especially when now, look at this, Sharo is so far out, and that ball seemed to linger in the air forever, just waiting for Neon to come up and, you know, send it home.
Yeah, good little tap on Sharo there from Neon. Completely threw him off guard. He was just gone. There was nothing he could do. And yet again, it's equalised. When will the trend break? Whoever breaks the trend might be winning it, but at the moment, back and forth, goal, goal, goal. It's amazing how close this is, really.
Do you believe that is the first time this game that Neon has actually taken the lead? And it's always been Sharo leading, Neon equalising. Now we've got it the other way around. Maybe, like we saw it last game. It was the exact same, and then Neon just suddenly started to get goal after goal. Are we going to see a repeat?
I feel like Neon almost thrives when he's got the lead. He seems to do a lot better when he knows, oh, I can just extend this lead and start building a cushion for myself to get this win.
Goes there by Sharo, and I completely agree with you, Scott. It's pretty much down to when Sharo starts to panic, when he's got a couple of goals going against him. It just feels like he becomes quite fragile. But picked up the ball there. Neon had gone way too far out. I don't know what he was doing. Let's look at this. He had overextended something rotten.
Yeah, this game seems to be a tale of just overextension. A lot of these goals have come from the opponent overextending. That's kind of how it goes in 1v1. Sometimes you take a risk on offense and it doesn't pay off, and then usually the other person gets a goal. But it's just this goal to goal to goal to equalising. It just never stops, does it? Honestly.
No, and it was an unfortunate kickoff goal there for Neon, who just could not in any way whatsoever get to it, as after hitting the ball like that, Sharo got popped off towards the ball, was the first to get to it, and then had a little bit of boost to be able to get enough power onto the ball to send it on into the goal. Sharo again taking the lead. Neon needs to equalise it on out and take the lead himself. He's looking to carry on the momentum from the last game.
A little bit close, a little bit of a risky back pass to himself there, Neon. Nearly put it into his own goal, but I'm sure he knew what he was doing. He was just playing with our hearts.
I'm loving that, just playing with our hearts, and everyone's there going, yeah, we've got, 50-50 here for you.
Yeah.
More Scott. It is so much on the pressure. You're wanting Neon to win so much, and everyone else is here going, we love these two. We're loving that this is a great finals. And you really don't know which way it's going to go.
Exactly. Oh my god.
Okay, Scott, break this down for me, buddy.
I was about to say what a save from Neon Remix, but oh my god, Sharo flipped at the exact point that when Neon made contact with the ball, his car would be midway through the flip, so that his entire length of the car was blocking Neon, and that allowed him to just dunk it past Neon, who was just getting his nose to it. Really well played from Sharo, really, really well played. That's a tough thing to do. To dunk on someone like Neon Remix is tough.
And yeah, definitely following through, being able to predict where your opponent wants to hit the ball
There it is.
really hard. And so, all fairness to him, Sharo has just taken this third game, and that's 2-1 to Sharo. My prediction, Scott, is looking rather good right now, isn't it?
All right, there it goes. Yeah, my prediction is gone out the window. I get it.
Going on into the next game, Sharo. Sharo is starting to look a little bit better. He's not as shaky in his defense like we saw before. Neon needs to...
I love Neon Remix so much.
If you didn't love him before, you've got to love him now. And
What a hero.
Neon is dedicated to Scott. He's got to win now. You know, it's just that case. It's all on the line.
Oh, they're both saying it to me.
They're both fighting for your love. Oh.
I feel so privileged. I feel so honoured. This is such a... I don't know what to say.
But chat, come on, show these players your energy. If you're a Neon Remix fan, you know, fire it all his way. But if you're, you know, a fan of the Sharo, give him a bit of love as well. As we're going on into game 4, Sharo is up a game here. It is 2-1. And really, this is match point.
Life. I like Neon saying that. Xbox for life. He was a god on Xbox. He was my hero, and he still is. But either way, I'm gonna try and throw my bias out the window. It's gonna be hard.
Oh, Neon has got a touch. It's a powerful hit to the corner, but Sharo is able to pinch that against the post. Neon now has a bit of time to work with. Sharo gets on past. Can he get into the back of the net? Yes, he can. That is 16 seconds in. And Sharo's got his first goal.
That was bad decision from Neon Remix there. Sharo is a fast player. He plays quite fast, quite aggressive, quite in your face. And for Neon to think that he can cut out all of his momentum by drift turning and keep control of the ball was bad. He should have recognised that Sharo was going to be breathing down his neck, and he was. But Neon, in just the fashion we've seen this entire series, will equalise. And that's how it goes, apparently.
Neon Remix, ask him what. I think that's directed to you, Scott, actually.
I don't think it can't be directed. I think he...
Like I said, these two both know each other. So, you know, I think that's to you, Scott. You've actually, like, really hit guys at home, you know, watching over on Twitch. Like, this doesn't matter to you. Actually, a good little tip is, you know, little insight to casting that. You don't cast and all of that to the audience. You cast to your teammate. And, the players, again, they're not putting on a performance for you guys at home. They're battling it out. It does not matter. Your love, yeah, they see it and it might give them a little bit more hype. But here, they've really only got one person to care about, and that is their opponent out on the field. And Sharo did not give Neon enough respect there as he created such an opening.
Yep, that's exactly it. Sharo, I think, maybe tried to roll it off on the wall, but it's in such a weird position that he really should have recognised that, no, this is just going to bounce out. Neon's going to pot that home any day. Sharo just needs to be a little bit more careful here, especially since this game could give him the title of winning. So he should be a little bit more sensible. I think I've said that about him a couple of times. He's quite a boisterous player. He's quite aggressive, very speedy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Neon Remix now on the side. He's going to try and pop this. He's gone for the demo. Sharo jumped them across. Should now be in the driver's seat for this. It is up in the air. Neon Remix being able to eye it out a little bit early. Sharo has to head back. Neon popping it. Got downfield. Gets it on pass. It's not in the clear here though. And Neon there actually seeing that he can't get anything from it, just sends it on back. He's going to try and get the ball away, buy himself time to get on back to his goal. He's got it past Sharo. He's got himself some boost, but Sharo is in front of him. He's got a 1v1 this, pops it way too early, and Sharo is able to knock that away.
Still did the smart thing there. The moment he flicked it, like almost instantly after his card landed after the flick, realised probably not going to work. Went to steal his boost. Really, really smart tactic there. That's what you should do at all costs. If you do a bad shot or something, and your opponent still has to make a save, you should steal their boost. It's a great tactic.
Sharo just getting that touch, slowing down the play. He's got boost himself, and Neon only has 5. Got to be careful with this play. He's trying to pull out Sharo. Sharo being very patient. This is what we like to see from Sharo, because sometimes he can be very impatient, especially like we were saying earlier, when he's a couple of goals down. You get a little bit panicky. So Sharo just has to keep his cool, and he should be able to see this on through, as it is match point for him here. 2-1 to Sharo. Neon Remix is trying to come on back in and equalize at the moment. It can still go any way whatsoever.
I think Neon, he seems to be looking a little bit more calm, a little bit more to himself now. Maybe it's because he turned off the stream, like he said. He seems a little bit more in the zone, if that makes sense. I don't know why I'm saying that. He doesn't look as...
Well, what you see here
antsy.
is... Well, what you see is Sharo is trying to force open those mistakes. Neon is just waiting for them. There it is.
Yeah, Neon doesn't seem to be making mistakes that Sharo is wanting, and he's just played so solidly. There's no other way of saying it. It didn't look like there was many cracks in his play, but he also wasn't overextending or trying too much. He was patiently waiting for the time to strike and get a goal, and he'll take this lead and for the game he needs to get, since, as you mentioned, Sharo's on match point here.
Sharo trying to send it on down. It is in front of the goal. Neon Remix, they will get it on out as Sharo has gone back. Neon now moving it downfield. Sharo's come on in. Pop into Sharo. Sharo's got it on past Neon Remix. Could this be a runaway? Gone out and into corner of the net. Sharo equalising on out. 1 minute 20 is all that is left. It could spell life or death in this tournament for Neon here. And well, guys, I said it before, give all of your energy. Are you on Team Sharo or are you a Remixer? 1 minute 20 to find on out who could possibly be going on through.
It's just so close. It's so intense. This has been one of the best finals I think I've ever seen, because all of these games look like they could have gone to either person. It's so close. These guys are so evenly matched. I think they said in chat they're both Champ 3, both same ranks in ones. I think they're GC Grand Champ in other playlists, but these are both evenly matched. Yeah. So they're both really good players, both evenly matched. This is insane.
Look at this force coming out from Sharo. He is really trying to get on back in. Like I said, he is trying to just get on past Neon Remix. Could be it now. Neon's got the boost. He's gone big pre-jump there. Popped into the air. Knocked Sharo on out. He's up on the wall. Can he get the second touch? He's gone wide, but he sends the second hit on in. That's 4-3 to Neon Remix. He's now taking the lead and is on the way to a game 5.
It was a good bump earlier in the play. And I don't think Neon meant to hit that on the back. It was smart for him just to recover, not to panic once he hit it on the backboard, just to stay calm and hit it in, because even after accidentally missing a little bit, he still was in the position to score. It was very unlikely that Sharo could come back, so well played to him to stay calm and not panic, which is something that happens to a lot of us, because then you panic when you see that sort of position.
The panic
Oh
there!
my god!
No. It's so relevant here. We were talking about it, and yeah, Sharo was just able to get a nice easy shot. Neon Remix, you know, he just was clutching at straws there, jumping out. He had the boost, he just did not want to wait, and has equalised it on out. Ooh.
He's got to be kicking himself. If he'd have waited, he would have made a pretty easy save.
Bump there. This could be it. Can Neon Remix get on through? He's sent it! What? That is bouncing on down. We're going to overtime in game 4.
Even ignoring the fact that that could have ended it, that could affect his mental state coming into this overtime. I take that all back. Never mind, he missed. But still, that could affect him. But he's coming out strong in the first 13 seconds of this overtime. Really strong. I should never speak because I'm wrong.
Yep, no, it's all good. Neon, he's got himself a game 5 here.
Oh my god.
He's getting ever so close. He, you know, is buoyed on back in. And you know what? When it's coming around to, you know, $15 dues, these players want that. You know, that's a nice little bit of money. It's not an amazing amount, but these guys, it's a community level. They're doing it for the fun. The money's just a nice little, you know, tip on the side. And here, Neon there saying, I'm back to the stream, give me all the help.
Well, both of our predictions are now out the window. We can say that. We were both wrong. That's cool. and oh my god, so 2 games that were between 1 goal. It's now down to the fifth game in this best of 5. I cannot. I'm still going to predict Neon's going to win this, but it's still, all of our games have had the sort of score equalize. It's just been so unbelievably close for a grand final.
Yeah, it's 50-50 down the line who is going to win this. These 2 lads so evenly matched. And really, still going for Neon. I'm still going for Sharo. Which of the 2 lads is going to do it? We've got, well, it says 5 minutes on the clock, but really, with the number of goals, it normally comes out to about 8. So, 8 minutes time, we shall find out who is tonight's grandest champion. I mean, I think we're all champions here for being able to see this high level of Rocket League. It's been great to watch.
Oh, it has.
We're off to Game 5 here in tonight's Rewind Gaming 1v1 exclusives tournament. These 2 lads are playing for $15. Could be a little bit more if you guys get donating over at the donation link. I'm sure one of my lovely assistants, either Bucket or Poison, will put that down for you. And
I believe it's exclamation mark Match Arena if you're in Twitch chat. If you want to hop on
there
those.
Might be a link down below, we'll see.
Might
But
be.
Leon is trying to get on down to the goal. He's now taking it back. Look at Sharon there coming on in. Was waiting patiently to be able to just pick that one up. And Neon here is playing quite a different game. He's taken a lot of control of the ball. Last series, we saw him just, you know, wait patiently for Sharo to make those mistakes. He was so aggressive. But here, Neon is just playing something completely brand new out of that.
Yeah, he's playing quite fast as well. As well as, like, he's just playing a lot faster than we've seen him before. Maybe he's trying to get this early goal, and he did get the early goal. It seems to be working, I guess. It's different.
Yeah, that flick out to the side was massive there. He could see that Sharo was out on the right, just had to pull him on across and tucks it away for bed. Lovely stuff there from the Albion.
It's very much like what you see Cooksey doing a lot in 1v1 to hit it perfectly to the side with a lot of power. Yeah, I think maybe Neon Remix's plan is to throw a curveball here at Sharo, because we've said before, a best of 5 series is quite long, and at this point, both players are expected to sort of know each other's playstyles and know what each other are going to do. So if Neon can change his playstyle like he just did in the last minute, it might help him win this game.
Neon Remix gets the pop away. That's a 2-0 lead, and that is a big lead, considering that, like we were saying, it's all been about chasing and then following up for the equaliser. Could this be Neon's game?
Yeah, that breaks the trend of pretty much most of the game is score equalised until the last sort of minute. Neon's broken the trend. This could be setting him up for a win in the finals here, but 3 minutes, 20 seconds, a lot of time in Rocket League and in 1v1s.
I love that in chat. Kenny Meister just saying, Neon's lucky though, he's not good news. You know what, Kenny? I challenge you, next week, sign up and kick Neon's butt if you think so. Come on, if you think you're hard enough. But tonight, it is all about Sharo versus Neon Remix. We've already had the first 2 minutes. And really, it's been a low scoring first half of the match, really. We're quite surprised by this.
Oh, that was incredible. That was so weird. It's the word I'd use to describe that. I think Sharo was expecting Neon Remix to actually do something in a weird way. We often see like players slow the ball down, then speed up really quickly for a flick or power shot. But Neon Remix did nothing. He just sort of kept on slowly hitting it and beating round Sharo. It was a really weird play, and I can see why it worked because of how different it was. And now he's got a 3-goal lead. Nearly a 4-goal lead.
Nearly 4. The problem here, and we saw it before in game 2, is that when Sharo starts losing the goals, when he's down by quite a deficit, he can panic on defence, and then that margin will just extend. He's got to be careful here because he's got 2 minutes left. In ones, 3 goals is nothing. You can come back on in quite easily, but Sharo has to work his little rocket socks off for it. Try to get on past Neon Remix there, but unfortunately it wasn't enough.
We got to say, I think Neon Remix plays a lot better when he's got a lead. So that's got to be scary right now for Sharo.
Neon trying to go for the demos. Like we were saying earlier, they can be so important as it means there's no one there to defend against your shots. Sharo is really, far pulled out there, but Neon had no boost. He's on the back foot here. Sharo there trying to get the bump instead of the ball. It's a good move, but unfortunately didn't work on out. Neon with a big hit. Sharo being able to send that away. Is up on the wall here. Neon just waiting to see what happens. Sharo's got it. And now Neon is going to be able to pick this on up.
Good sight vision even. Neon to recognise that Sharo was going to turn there. He only just got it past him. Sharo was sort of in the right mind to turn and challenge there. Neon is starting to really understand when Sharo does turn and challenge. And that's what's always interesting about longer best of series, like the best of 5s. You see a lot more changes and differences in players than you get from like best of 3s from the rest of them. It's a different game almost. There's a lot more to it.
Ooh, the amount of pressure coming out from Neon there. Just really, Sharo was so low. He had to pick up that boost and unfortunately was underneath the ball. Neon get into it, and it's exactly what I said earlier. Sharo suddenly starts to try to keep up to the pace of Neon, and he's that couple of goals down. And realistically, he can't. He then becomes quite sloppy, and that is why Neon is now just taking the lead. Again, another hit. The demo coming off was very good from Sharo there, but it was risky.
It was risky, that's true. And I seriously, watching how Neon Remix is playing, he's in his element now. He's got a cushion, he's feeling good. He's just playing really well right now. It's interesting that it would be the 5th and final game where the trend is broken and someone finally pulls the socks up and shows us what they can do, and it happened to be Neon, and he's going to get another one here. Wow.
That's got to be it. 5-0 in the last game here. Neon already going with the GGs, and well, 1 second left. It is impossible to get 5 goals. So Neon Remix is tonight's Rewind Gaming Exclusives champion, and well, both these lads have really worked hard for it, going the whole way to that game 5. But unfortunately for Sharo, Neon Remix is coming out on top. Our Xbox boy himself,
My
Scott
hero.
waifu, Neon Remix.
I might put that in my bio. Neon Remix is my wife.
There you go. Neon
He even said add me. Okay, I'm adding him. One sec. We're gonna pause this conversation so I can add him, and then we'll get back to it. Neon Remix. I'm sorry, this is very unprofessional. Okay. Wow. Neon Remix. First of all, what an incredible series these guys gave us. Back and forth, game to game, from goal to goal. Wow. And Neon Remix pulled it off in the last game, and he has added me as a friend. My life is complete.
As well, Neon had to take 2 games in a row there. That was a good feat from the lad. But like we said, it was clutch. I mean, Sharo at the very early doors of the match was looking the stronger player. But, I mean, Neon really was able to turn it on around. And I'm proud of him to be able to pull out that amount of skill. But let's end it up. I'm sure you guys had dinner to go to. These players have been playing for a good 3 and a bit hours now, so they've got to be, a bit tired after all that Rocket League. So make sure you come back next week for next week's 1v1 or on Saturday for the 3v3. I've been Digital Bacon Gaming, been joined by Scott G tonight, and if you're still hungry for Rocket League, make sure you come over to my channel. next we're going to be doing some casted video game.
Ooh,
See you soon.
I might hop on that.
Ooh.
See you later.